Do you think it would be insecure if a brother was to ask you to remove all the men on your social media page that flirts with you or interacts with you in a flirtatious manner?
But on the other side of it, it's kind of lowering the numbers and the chances of like maybe your person cheating. But then again, it's like it is insecure.
It's insecure?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can admit that it will lower the probability of her cheating, why would it be insecure? Do you think we come to agreement now? Do you think it's still insecure if he asks her to remove him? Or do you think, okay, I can see the wisdom in this?
I don't think it would be insecure then.
Okay. I'll take it. We made some progress already. You're beautiful. I want to protect what we got going. I want to protect you. I don't want you to wear these type of clothing. How would you feel about that?
If he knows me well enough and he knows, like how I like to dress, but he can make it more, not slutty, but make it like still look sexy at the same time.
Yeah.
Like I know with women, there's like I ain't gonna say it's a rule, but it's a thing where, like if you show cleavage, you don't show legs. If you show legs, you don't show cleavage.
Yeah.
So like if you can keep it to a certain level where it's still like me, then we're cool. But
so what if he tell you he don't want you to show no cleavage, no ass, no nothing? He don't want to see none of your sexual parts if y'all go out in public. We've been in here for 5 minutes. I already ran into 2 technical difficulties. So welcome back to another episode of the Don't Be a Viking podcast. Today I got a sister with me. Now I'm gonna need you to introduce yourself by name, age, and relationship status.
Okay. Well, my name is Nakira. I'm 24 and relationship status, single.
So how long you been single?
3 years.
Damn, 3 years.
Yes.
Why you been out the relationship scene?
Well, after my last relationship, I just feel like, maybe I need to work on myself.
Okay.
And the relationship pool is not cool right now.
Okay. So by working on yourself, do you feel like you was the reason that the last relationship ended?
No.
Okay. You said that confidently. So is it an equally yoked situation or like both of y'all messed up, or was it like, nah, he was tripping?
I would say it was more so him
than
me. But yeah.
Okay. So when you say work on yourself, what have you been doing throughout the last 3 years to try to improve yourself for the next relationship?
Okay, so I've been doing a lot of journaling.
Okay.
I try to watch my tone, watch my mouth and how I talk, because I have been told my mouth is a problem. I don't think so. I've also been trying to figure out what I actually like, what I don't like, and speaking up more for myself. Okay.
Now, when you say speaking up more, how did this speaking up more transpire? Because a lot of times when I hear sisters say stuff like that, like speak up more and this, that, and the third, the communication don't necessarily be the most proper communication.
So when I say speak up for myself, I would say at first I was more of like a people pleaser. Like I would let people, they say something, I'd be like, okay, you know what? Let's just go with it. Whatever you say. But now I'm more so like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not into all that. And then I don't have to explain myself after I say something. Like if I say no, I shouldn't be asked why. No is a complete answer within itself. Like don't come back and ask me more questions, because then we might have a problem. Now you're trying to pick at something and I don't have time for it.
Okay. So before we get into the main topic, we're going to ask a couple icebreakers that I like to ask sisters just to gauge how their thought process is on certain topics.
Okay.
So I hear a lot on both sides, brothers and sisters. Brothers say a lot of stuff that they are dissatisfied that sisters do. And sisters will say a lot of stuff they dissatisfied that brothers do.
Okay.
So to try to see what brothers need to work on, I'm going to ask you the first question of, both questions going to involve, do you think a man insecure for doing certain actions? Like, is his masculinity not as strong as it should be in certain areas?
Well, I can't wait for this. Come on, go ahead.
So the first question is, do you think it would be insecure if a brother was to ask you to remove all the men on your social media page that flirts with you or interacts with you in a flirtatious manner?
I would say no.
It's not insecure?
It's not. It's not what it is, kind of, for being honest.
How is it not and how is it is?
It is. I'm going to start with the is first.
Okay.
It is because you can't control what another person does. Like, you really can't. That's just like if she goes out in public and a man says, "Oh, you're beautiful. Can I get your number?"
Yeah.
You're not there all the time to stop a man and say, "Hey, don't talk to her." Like, you can't do nothing about that. But on the other side of it, it's kind of lowering the numbers and the chances of like maybe your person cheating. But then again, it's like it is insecure.
It's insecure?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you can admit that it will lower the probability of her cheating, why would it be insecure?
Because you probably be taking it from the last relationship you was in and you can't do that with the next person, because how do you know she's not just avoiding everybody in her DMs anyways?
Okay. So I'll put it like this. Let's say if me and Isaiah work out.
Okay.
And me or Isaiah got injured doing a certain workout a certain way. If I start lifting again or I start lifting with somebody else and I encourage them, hey, look, don't lift like this. Like, don't use that form or that technique. Because I seen how they go lift. That's not you being insecure. That's you being cautious. That's you being protective of the other person you saying you care about. Like, bro, I care about you. I don't want you to mess your back up. I don't want you to So, hey, look, bro, don't do it like this. Here, try this alternative instead.
But that's not the same as being in a relationship. Like, you're basically like, how can I put it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like, when someone... It's controlling to a certain extent. You want me to remove everyone that's trying to talk to me, but are you going to do the same thing?
What if I say yeah? Would you still look at me as insecure? Like, do you think I'm just doing it as well to force my insecurity more on you? Or do you think it's coming from a safe spot now if I do it too?
It's really giving you trying to fight your flesh. You can't control yourself.
Okay. See, with fighting the flesh, I tell people like this, as natural men and as women, but I think with this particular topic, we can stick to the men side of the conversation more. As a natural man, I may love my woman to death. Mm-hmm. If a woman is 3/4 nude, walk past, I'm still a natural man, so I'm still going, I might try to put my righteousness back intact. Like I probably like glance, probably like, come on, bro, I know I need to do better. But that's still attractive to me. Like, because I love my woman, don't mean that I'm still not a natural man and the beauty of a woman is not enticing to me. So should men have discipline to not cheat and not mess up what they got at home? Yes. Yes, I'm not denying it. But if you put a natural man in an unnatural circumstance, you can't necessarily expect his natural side not to fight against his intellectual side a little bit. So if you put me in an environment where it's naked women, that's not a natural environment for me to be in. The natural environment for me to be in, seeing somebody naked, is my wife that I share intimacy with. But outside of my wife, if you just put me in an environment where it's a lot of naked women, this is not a natural thing. The black woman don't naturally want to dress naked. By societal norms and circumstances and history of living under our enemy for over 400 years, the black woman has adopted these type of wardrobe changes. But it's not even natural on her to dress naked out in public. If you got a little kid, Isaiah got a child, a baby girl. Right now, she probably don't know no matter, but in a year or two, when she start to understand what nakedness is, she's still a baby, a toddler, but she gonna know it's something wrong. Even if she can't articulate it, she know it's something wrong if I just take my pants off or take my pull-up off in public. You know, like you just naturally know this. So if a toddler know this, grown sisters for sure know this. Like, you know how sisters were the seductive clothing or revealing clothing and they show their form or whatever, I can guarantee you, the first time a sister that wore that outfit, she probably put it on in the mirror and said, I throw 1 or 2 more pieces of clothes on. She had to get comfortable coming out the house nearly nude. Like, there wasn't something she just bought offline and said, you know what? Yep, I'm walking out just like this. Would you disagree? Like,
just a little bit, but now there have been certain outfits, like it depends.
You put on and you like,
I'll be
this might be too much. You know what?
This is pushing the standard. This is,
see?
It is,
see?
But.
So the other stuff, if we judge it, some stuff you put on and you like, nah, like this show my form, this, ooh, I like this look good. I'm gonna go out in this.
Mm-hmm.
The other stuff you put on though, and you was like, this a little too much. Why is it a little too much? Because you instinctively know that dressing nude in front of men is not sexually or not even just sexually, intimately committed to you. You like, something wrong about this. Whether you can find the words to articulate it perfectly or not, you know, like you said, this pushing it a little too much.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody have to tell you that. You instinctively know that. So if you know to a certain degree, it's wrong if I just show all my goodies to the world. I know it ain't natural for me to just see all the goodies. So if I know this unnatural, if 10 women just come put all the goodies in front of me, even though I consider myself a strong brother, I still don't think this is an environment I should be in. I may have the discipline and strength to get up, walk away. I may do that. But in the back of my head, I'm like, damn, like you see how it, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I got to muster up the strength, handle my business and still leave, do whatever I need to do. But if the man is asking you to, remove the men that flirt with you, or if he do it himself, like, I know for me personally, a while back, if you click on my, what's it called? Like the For You page, you see all type of beautiful sisters. But I'm like, this is encouraging me to want to flirt with, entertain, whatever, these type of sisters. So I had to go through the process of mine going through the whole jump, like not interested. Then my stuff started to change. But I ain't do that because I'm weak. I did that because I wanted to grow in strength and protect the parts of my life that need to be protected. You know what I'm saying? So if I try to do the same thing to you, why would it be looked at as insecure versus wise?
Okay, now, when you said, what part did you say? You said, okay, if he removes the men that try to flirt with me. Now, if he asks me to remove the men that do hop into my DMs, okay, that's a different story. Like, yes, I'll get rid of them. But what about the other ones that aren't? They're just on my page to just interact and engage.
Okay. So I would say to all the men that follow you, none of them follow you because they just like, she got a nice personality. Hell
we don't know that. We don't know that.
All of them follow you because they like, damn, she cute. Damn, I like how she look. I want to press follow. Now, that's the case with every single man that follow you that's not a family member. Unless he sweet. If he ain't sweet and he not a family member, he like, damn, I like how she look. I would say to the super extreme side of it, remove all of them. But that's the extreme side of it. So I would say on the bare minimum side of it, or the more bare minimum side of it, just delete the ones that flirt. But what you just said show that even you know that even the ones that don't flirt may still find you attractive. So you saying that almost to say, well, I might as well delete everybody. You might as well. You might as well, because all of them find you attractive. So if you take the mindset of you want to be the most loyal to the person you committed to, the most loyal thing would be to delete all of them. But since I know that the first step is already a large step for sisters to take, to delete the dudes that just flirt, it'll be a huge conversation to say delete everybody that's not a male family member. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Since that's a large step, I keep it at the first step. I just delete the dudes that flirt. Then after over time, you grow your knowledge level, you grow your discipline level, you grow your love for what we got going. We can move to the more extreme steps. All right, why do you got any of them dudes added on the platform that you display your beauty on? Now we can ask deeper questions. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Then, let's say these dudes ain't never flirt with you. They ain't never be disrespectful to what we got going. They ain't never did none of that. But then now that we growing what we got going, I can bring it to you like, why you got them added in the first place? There's a platform that you display your beauty on. You don't display your beauty in no way that is disrespectful or negative to what we got going, and I appreciate you for that. But you still display your beauty, period. And these are natural men. These are men that love women's beauty. So what you think about, bam, go getting them out of there? You see what I'm saying? And now this how you can start strengthening what y'all got going in a way that still make her feel comfortable. Because if I just hit you with the heavy stuff out the gate, you probably ain't ready for that. If I just come to you out the gate, every single, I don't care if they flirt with you or not, every single man, get rid of them.
I think it would depend on the tone though, like how you're delivering it to me.
Yeah.
Like if you telling me like assertive, like delete all them on your, I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm not gonna, because who are you? You're not my father.
Yeah.
Like now if you tell me in a different tone, like I think it would be best if, you know, like you removed all the men from your social media. And then if you went into detail, then I'd be like, you know what? And you have some good points.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, okay, consideration, take it into consideration. But 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to do it because you came with some good points. If I can't rebuttal back, I mean, what can I say?
Okay. So do you think we come to agreement now? Do you think it's still insecure if he asks her to remove him? Or do you think, okay, I can see the wisdom in this?
I don't think it would be insecure then.
Okay. I'll take it. We made some progress already. 10 minutes into the podcast. All right, let me ask you this question. If a man asks a woman, if he lets her know that he wants to change her wardrobe, do you think that would be an insecure thing? Because I know wardrobe is one of the things like sisters find pride in, and they find expression through wardrobe. So if a man tell you, look, you beautiful, I want to protect what we got going. I want to protect you. I don't want you to wear these type of clothing. How would you feel about that?
I would take a step back only because, like, you don't like my clothes. But then again, if he knows me well enough and he knows, you know, like how I like to dress, but he can make it more, how can I say? Not slutty, but make it like still look sexy at the same time. Like I know with women, there's like I ain't gonna say it's a rule, but it's a thing where, you know, like if you show cleavage, you don't show legs. If you show legs, you don't show cleavage. Yeah. So like if you can keep it to a certain level where it's still like me, then we're cool. But
so what if he tell you he don't want you to show no cleavage, no ass, no nothing? He don't want to see none of your sexual parts if y'all go out in public.
That can be done. Dressing modest is actually it's actually sexier.
Yeah,
it really can be, and I don't know, for some odd reason it gives like an empowerment type feel, especially like when you got like when you fully covered, and you know like you still that fully covered. It gives like a ain't nobody fucking with me.
So you would be open to it?
Yeah.
Okay. So why do you think, even though, like you said, the dressing modestly can give a sister a sense of empowerment, why do you feel like so many sisters dress other than modestly?
Do you not see what we see on Instagram?
Right. So just because it's popular?
Yes.
Okay. So if it wasn't popular, but I would say this, not if it wasn't popular, if men expressed their appreciation, gratitude, and their approval and attraction to sisters dressed more modestly, do you think that can help alter the dynamic?
Yes and no. And I say yes and no because I'm a woman. I don't care what a man thinks. To a certain extent, like if you're not my man, I really don't care what you think. Like your opinion has no value in my life. But at the same time, I mean, if men did embrace, you know, like women who dress modest more, it would be a different story. I think a lot of things would change. A lot of people would put more clothes on because guess what? Men not paying attention to the ones with they butt cheeks out and they boobs out. Like,
yeah. Man, I just had a conversation the other day. Brother hit me up on Instagram. He was just asking for relationship advice, and he was saying his woman want to wear. Not want to wear. She want to get like the BBL, the Botox. She want to get stuff done to her body to make herself look more visually pleasing. One of the first things that came to mind, which this is not the case with him, but what came to mind before I chopped it up with him, do she see you giving your attention to women that look differently than she look? If she more of a petite sister, do she see you double tapping all the BBL pictures and large breast pictures? But he was like, nah, cool, that don't apply to him. But that goes to what you said. If brothers showed their appreciation for this more, like you said, you don't care about what a man think that's not your man. But what if it's a man you super attracted to? Like, you really like this man. You see him constantly reposting women who dressed 3/4 nude and etc. You're going to be like, okay, damn, that what he like. All right, bam. Let's say you go off him.
Yeah, go off him because, baby, ain't nobody got time for that.
All right, you go off him. But let's say the next 5 dudes you run into all thinking alike. Now, it may subconsciously seep into your head, damn, what if this the reason I'm not attracting the men that I seek to attract?
But are those the men I'm seeking to attract, though? Why would I want a man who likes women that are like halfway naked?
Yeah.
And want that to be my man? I won't want you to be my man. Same way a man won't want a woman to be his if she's dressed like an Instagram model all day.
Yeah.
Like,
see, now this what's gonna lead us into our next topic. Have you ever tried to talk to a man, or not even tried to? Have you ever been talking to a man and y'all talked for X amount of time and you felt like you wanted things to get serious, you wanted to move things forward, and he end up ghosting you, and he say, nah, I just want to stay on the level we on there. I ain't trying to get serious. Have you ever experienced it?
Yes.
Okay. Y'all see I ain't got no suit on or nothing. I ain't got no haircut because I ain't finna do no real video. I'm just finna do this outro. Y'all see in this past episode, we just tackled some icebreakers, wardrobe, social media, stuff like that. But we're finna get into some deeper conversations. So with that being said, y'all tap into this next episode. I appreciate y'all watching this episode of the Don't Be a Viking podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Yes, sir, Ski.